Hello, my name is John Rees. I'm a chiropractor and I'm based in Ilkley in West Yorkshire. This is one of a number of small little videos I'm undertaking to try and explain a little bit about chiropractic, but also just a little bit about a few quirky things that we have all experienced and may not necessarily know what they are or how they occur. Today, one of those things that we probably, many of us experience or have friends or relations who've experienced, is that little clicking sound that sometimes we get when we're eating or when we're opening or closing our mouths. And so today we're just going to explain that and just provide you a little bit more information. So we're talking about the temporomandibular joint, easier to say if you just say TMJ. And that is a joint between the jawbone, the mandible, and the lower part of the skull, just in front of the ear, the temporal bone. And it's a hinge joint. And what we're showing now is a side view of the joint. And here you will see a section through the joint, and we indicate the disc. Now, it's quite unique in articulations in the bone to have a disc actually in the joint, but the TMJ is one of them. Therefore, as you'll see, just above and below the line of the disc is a little gap. It's a joint space. It's a sort of shock absorbing space. It's a movement joint that any and every joint has for obvious reasons of being able to move. And then at the top here you'll see a little bit of cartilage at the top of the mandible, and then at the bottom of the temporal joint, as we show here, you'll also see another piece of cartilage. Now, cartilage, generally speaking, is a sort of the cap that a bone uses when it interacts with another bone to make a joint. It's a sort of a bit of a protection mechanism for it. It's also a bit soft and spongy, which assists the movement of the joint also. What you'll see indicated here is the capsule. Now, every joint, every articulation is enclosed in a capsule. A capsule is a spherical, ligamentous, elastic element, and it encloses the synovial fluid, which is the lubricant that is required for the joint because it's a moving part. It's similar to the oil in a moving part in any other machine. So you have the synovial fluid inside the capsule. Now here you'll see that at the front, the anterior part, the part of the joint furthest away from the ear, you can see that the disc is slightly thinner. And the posterior part, the bit at the back, a bit closer to the ear, you'll see it's slightly thicker. Now, when you open the mouth, that joint hinges, and therefore the top of the mandible sort of rotates on the disc, and it compresses the disc, and the disc is there as a slip membrane to help the joint glide. But on occasion, as the top of the mandible compresses, it can sort of get the bulbous part, the thick part of the disc, it can move it forward, and therefore when you, as it comes back, sometimes it sort of distracts it, and as it goes over it, you get sort of almost like a little bit of a jump sort of thing, and that's where you get the clicking. And that's really it. It may be a little bit annoying for yourself, it may be annoying for friends, particularly if they hear it. It's quite easy to hear when you're eating. But really, it's sort of, generally speaking, most of the times inconsequential, other than the sound, which might concern you. That said, one of the things that chiropractors treat look to do some manipulation which may assist in that movement and gliding of the joint, and therefore stop the issue in relation to the clicking that you might get. So if you have a TMJ problem or any other musculoskeletal problem, please feel free to give us a call. Our details are here and here, and we look forward to hearing from you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.